Hello YouTube, it is Lucid Alvar here today with another video, and today we're actually going to be doing something different. So you remember that last time that I made a video and it was just a storytelling video? Well, guess what? This is another one, and this one is called Spooky Stories at Work. Let's get into it. Anyways, before we actually do get into it, because I just contradicted myself, I still don't have an idea for the 1,000 subscribers, like, whole entire thing, because like we hit 1K and I don't know what type of like thing to do, so I'm open to ideas. Anyways, now let's get into it for real. So I work at this store called Big Five now. I don't work at the old store that I used to. That's a good story in itself on why I quit and why you should never trust employers, but I'll make that video sooner rather than later. Anyways, so I start working at this place. Everything is actually pretty normal. There's nothing that raises red flags about anything of that store being haunted or anything like that. And it's kind of like it is a retail store entirely. It's a Big Five sporting goods. I don't know if you guys have ever been there, if you guys ever worked at one, but that's what the store is. So I realized that something was off when I was opening one day. And when I was opening with my assistant manager, Charles. So me and Charles were opening. He's up at the front, and I have to go to the back to do go backs. And now there are like 3 rows of like shoes, like on like gondolas. I think that's what they're called, gondolas, or like aisles, like where you stack shoes on, like kind of shelves pretty much, like that go kind of like almost to the top of the roof. And it gets kind of dark in the back because that's where we have our go backs at. And then there's a whole entire another side of the store, or a whole entire another side of the back room that really like we don't really go to that much. But we walk in. I walk in and I thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye, but I was just like, oh, maybe it's just me, because sometimes that shit just happens randomly, like you just see something out of the corner of your eye and you don't really think twice about it. But the interesting thing comes when I am doing my go backs, and I swear to God, I heard a door open. Now I'm like, hey Charles, what's up? Because I thought he came in, but nobody came in. So I went to go look and see if someone actually came in. Nobody came in. Nobody at all. And it kind of freaked me out a little, but then I was like, oh, it's probably just in my head, it's nothing biggie. But this is where the crazy thing happens. I am reaching into this box, right? Taking out the stuff, taking off the the quarantine tags and everything so I can put it back out to re-merchandise it. And I noticed that something's out of the corner of my eye. I noticed that something's looking at me. Just straight up looking at me. And it's a face. And I swear to you, that was what creeped me out. And then I asked Charles, hey, did you happen to open the doors in the back at all at any moment? And he was like, oh no, why? I was like, oh no, just asking, I thought I heard someone open the door. And Charles just looked at me like, oh, okay, whatever. He didn't really think of it as a huge biggie, but that confirmed my suspicions that that store is haunted. And so I ended up talking to one of my coworkers named Koa. Now I tell her about what happened in the back room, and then she looks at me with one of the most surprising faces, and she says, no way. She said, there's been a lot of ghost stories back here, and trust me, I have some, but I don't want to freak you out. And I was iffy about listening to them. And now, retrospect, when your coworkers tell you that they do, just say no, because sometimes their experiences can be way crazier than yours. So now let's go to Koa's experiences with these ghastly apparitions. Anyways, she told me that one time she was in the back and her boyfriend used to work at the store. And, I guess her boyfriend was taking a break, like a 10-minute break, like how we always do. And he was in the back, she thought that he was in the back just playing video games on his phone because she heard something in the back, right? So she goes and checks. To her surprise, he's not there at all. And this is where she got kind of freaked out. Apparently, he was in the front the entire time, and she was in the back all alone. And she told me, too, that one time when she walked into the back, she said that she saw this big black, figure just dash around the corner. and she heard 3 footsteps, and then they all of a sudden stopped, and then she thought it was her boyfriend messing with her, and so she went around the other side to like meet like the thing at the other side, and there was nothing there, and she was alone. And really, it really freaked her out. Now this one is actually her and my assistant manager too. They both had a similar experiences in the same restroom. So when they went to go use the restroom, apparently they were like, using the restroom and everything, and out of nowhere, the faucet for the water turns on, and it's one of those handle faucets that you have to like push up. I think a lot of you guys would know what I'm talking about. But she ends up seeing that, and you can hear the water running. And she said she's never been so scared before, and she said that she also felt like she was being watched in the restroom too, which is something that I can agree with, because I told her I always get like this little shiver like on my back when someone walks behind me. And I told her too that like sometimes when I'm like fixing, like tucking in my shirt and everything in the mirror, I notice that I get that shiver on my back, and it feels like there's somebody behind me when I'm looking in the mirror. Now, last time I was in there, I actually blessed myself before I went in there. I was like, in the name of the Holy Father, Spirit, like I did that entire thing, because I wasn't trying to, I was trying to take a shit, and I wasn't trying to get spooked by a ghost, Anyways, so let's go on to probably the most scary story. Actually, there's one more before that one. So one of my coworkers called Sam and Charles were both working a closing shift, and everybody was already out of the store. It was already like time to leave and everything. And out of nowhere, the bags started swinging like fast, like if someone had punched them. And then there was nobody in the store, and it really freaked them out, and that would have freaked me out too. But let's get down to the real scariest story. So Charles, my man Charles, the assistant manager, actually saw the ghost, and he told me the story last night when we were closing while I was waiting for my ride. And it freaking scared the shit out of me, because I was thinking about it like, man, like that's scary. So pretty much he said that he had already checked the store. He was working with a coworker called Isaac at the time. And, he ended up checking the entire store and making sure like nobody was in the store. And then he was locking it up from the outside. And he said that when he looked up, the camera flashed like to take a picture. And then he saw the ghost, and he said it was like a 6 foot, maybe 7 foot tall male, just like with his arms crossed, just looking at him angrily. Like he said, it was full black, and he kind of shaked it off. He didn't think he saw anything, but he said when he got to his car, he kind of thought about it. Like he's like, damn, this was mocking me. I'm gonna go back in there and see it. And then he told Isaac, like, hold up, I think I saw something in the store, and let me go check real quick, because they have to make sure that the store is actually empty. So when he walks back into the store, there was nobody to be seen. Nobody in the store at all. And it was the scariest thing I've ever heard. I am super scared to go back to work. I'm just playing. I'm not super scared to go back to work. I just hate being in the back. And this one is kind of more of a funny story than a scarier story. When I was in the back, I was looking for shoes, and I was the only one in the back. And I was looking for these pair of shoes, and I could see all the way into that back corner of where I had that first experience. And they usually say you feel the ghost when you start like feeling a cold breeze. And I shit you not, every time I'm back there for a long amount of time, I feel cold breeze, I'm just out. But I started feeling that cold breeze a little, and I feel in the back corner, so I don't know why I was feeling it there. But I swear to you guys, there was a little like creak and everything, and maybe it could be in my head, but there's a little creak like where you could see all the way into the back corner. And I swear to you, I saw a face looking back, just peering. And literally what I said to myself was like, nope, I'm done. I'm just gonna tell him I couldn't find the shoes, and that's it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this spooky episode. Hopefully none of you guys are scared to go into to actual retailer stores, because it is kind of scary, not gonna lie, because a lot of places are actually haunted, believe it or not. I've heard a lot of stories. Usually I wasn't a huge ghost believer, but after working here, I can't tell you guys what I can believe. But I don't know what road we're on now with like whole entire subscriber count and everything. Hopefully nothing too crazy, maybe like, I don't know, like 5,000. Let's try to hit 5,000, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and peace.